What's up? Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another episode of the Garage Learning from home, from this dirty basement. I found a new angle on the basement today and new lighting. What do you think? Let me know. Some of you might have seen this pizza pull video we shot in the studio a few months back. Believe it or not, this was just a test. It wasn't for a client. It was just us wanting to do something really cool with pizza. So today I'm going to pass it off to Riley, who's shooting in his apartment in New York City. He's going to share with you his take on our awesome pizza pull that we did. He's going to break down for you what went right, what went wrong, what he could do and what he couldn't do compared to the video that we created. Just like the Coca-Cola can challenge we did, I'm really curious to see who might try to do this at home. But make sure that you have a bunch of hungry people that want to eat pizza. I think for those of you at home, getting the pizza to look perfect is going to be one of your biggest challenges, because you have to get the cheese just soft enough that it wants to go. When we launch the Garage Learning, we're going to actually have classes in food styling and beverage styling, which I think are going to be really, really useful to people all around the world. Food stylists are amazing, and we're so lucky to work with so many talented ones. They really bring the food to life. Now, I'm going to pass it to Riley so he can show you what he did. As for me, now I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat some pizza.
Hey guys, it's Riley with the Garage Learning, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about a 10-second pizza spot that I shot here at my home using only the materials that I had available to me here. So I'm going to show the spot, and then I'm going to break it down step by step so you guys can see exactly what I did and get these same results at home. So here's the spot. Now that ad is made up of 3 shots. There is a cheese pull, there is a turntable shot, and then there is a match cut of the slices disappearing. So first, I'm going to talk about the cheese pull and how I got that. So here's what my setup looked like. There's a table, there's some fishing line, there's some empty wire spools and cups that I'm using to guide the fishing line, and I set the pizza down here on this cutting board. I cut the pizza in half, and then I tried threading the fishing line through the pizza so that when I pull on the fishing line, the pizza splits in half. Now after first test without rolling on it, that seemed to work fine, so I put my camera down, which is a Sony a7S II, but you could get away with a smartphone, and I hit record. So my hope was that the force would be distributed evenly amongst both sides of the fishing line, and that the pizza would slide smoothly and evenly, but here's what I got instead. So I wasn't really happy with that result, and I started troubleshooting. I tried the same thing over and over again, trying to see if I got different results. I got pretty consistent results every time. And so after trying it a few times, I realized that there was some tension in the fishing line causing some jitter. So the fishing line, when you buy it, is kind of sold in a spool. It's all packaged in a circle. So when you try to lay it flat, it doesn't really behave nicely. It kind of wants to go back to its circle shape. So here on the table, I've got the fishing line in this kind of U shape. And you'll notice that between the guides for the fishing line, like between the cups and the spools and everything that's keeping it in place, the fishing line isn't actually straight. In a perfect world, these lines would all be straight lines. Here they're kind of curved and spirally, and so when I pull on them from the center, the spirals kind of disappear and come back, and disappear and come back. There's this tension in play that makes the rig jittery and inconsistent. So to fix this problem, I went ahead and pulled the fishing line and straightened it as much as possible. I kind of like ran my hands along it, bent it back into a straight line, made it as straight as possible, and then when I let go of it, it didn't curl back up into a circle, so I was pretty happy with that. So with the fishing line straightened, I gave it another shot, and it seemed to move smoothly, but only one side of the pizza moved. What happened here is that the fishing line actually tore out of the crust. The crust is soft, the fishing line is just kind of wrapped around and shoved in there, it didn't hold. So to keep this from happening, I tied the fishing line around some clamps, and then clamped down to the pizza. So with that problem out of the way, I set my camera down, I set it to 120 frames per second, which is the fastest speed it can record at, and I hit roll. I was really happy with how the rig was working. Now it was time to get that cheese pull that I've been looking for. So I only had a few pizzas, so instead of heating up the next one, what I did was I put the old one in the toaster oven, I threw some cheese on it, and I heated it back up. You could probably do the same in a microwave or a regular oven. don't think it really matters. At this angle, you don't really see the pizza, so to me it didn't matter how, pretty the rest of it was. I just wanted that crust where it was cut to look as beautiful as possible, and I wanted a lot of cheese to just pull across as I moved the slices. So I put the reheated pizza down on the cutting board, I clamped into it, and I pulled on the fishing line and got some great results. Even after I got that shot that I wanted, I did it a few more times without the cheese pull, just to make sure the rig was working smoothly and consistently, and it seemed to hold up. So there you go, I'm pretty happy with the results. Fishing line is a great tool for getting things to move in tandem, and I'm super happy with how it worked on this rig. So next up was the turntable shot. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I certainly don't keep a turntable around, but I do happen to have a microwave. And inside of that microwave is a roller that can be used as a turntable. So I stole the roller from the microwave, I set it down on my table, and I put a round surface on top of it. Surface doesn't have to be round, I just happen to have a round surface. And I went ahead and I put the fresh pizza that I just cooked up on top of it. I propped my camera up on a few rolls of tape. I didn't think it was worth pulling out the tripod for this. I recorded again at 120 frames per second, and I just spun the turntable by hand. I was super happy with the results that I was getting. I changed lenses a few times. I shot one with a wide, I shot one with my 35mm, I shot one with a 50mm, got some different results, and ended up using 2 of those shots in the edit. So if you didn't know, well, now you know. You can make a turntable out of your microwave. With those shots out of the way, I needed something to end on, and my idea was a 3/4 angle, so high up and aimed down, on some pizza, and the slices disappear one by one. So to get this result, I got rid of the turntable, but I put the surface down on the table, and I sticky taped the surface, double-sided tape, to the table so that it wouldn't move. Then I grabbed the pizza, I cut it into 4 pieces, and I put it on that surface. I put my camera on my tripod, and I taped my tripod to the floor. I got it into the position that I wanted, and I locked everything down. Now the reason I'm being so sure that things can't move is because I want to do a match cut here. I want the pizza slices to disappear, but I want everything else to look exactly the same. I don't want the background to move, I don't want the table to move. Everything should look identical from shot to shot, except for the amount of slices there. So I hit roll on my camera, I left it rolling for about 3 minutes, and in those 3 minutes, I took the slices out one by one. In between moving each slice, I kind of left about 10 seconds of space there for me to use in the edit. And when I was done, here's the clip I ended up with. So even in this fast-forwarded clip, you'll notice that although I'm walking around and pizza slices are disappearing, the table is not moving, the angle is not changing, the cutting board is not moving, and the slices of pizza that I don't touch stay in the same exact position. Now this is really important because now I can choose a little 1-second clip for each slice being removed. I can chop them up and put them next to each other, and even though they're abrupt cuts, it'll look very smooth, very clean. It'll be a perfect match cut because the table hasn't moved, the background hasn't moved, everything is identical except for the pizza disappearing. Now if you wanted to get really fancy, you could compound all of these into one clip and then add some movement to it. I didn't go for that. I didn't think there was enough time left in the edit, but that is something you can play around with at home. So to summarize, fishing line cheese pull, microwave dolly turntable, and locked off camera match cut. And this is what I got. The moral of the story here is you can get some pretty awesome results with pretty shitty tools. All I had was a camera. You don't even need that camera, you can use a phone, and everything else with the exception of $10 of frozen pizza was stuff I already had floating around at home. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, hope you got something out of it, hope you're inspired to do something similar at home. If you liked it, you guys know what to do. If you didn't, that's alright, we need feedback too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.
I hope you're all enjoying these videos. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, youtube.com/thegaragellearning, and make sure you share this with anybody that you think might enjoy it. I want pizza, lots and lots of pizza. Who wants pizza? I do. I really want some pizza. Who wants some pizza? Pizza.